It's Thursday, May 9th, and that means it's time for another BTC Fishing Forecast. Stick around. Before I start this week's fishing report, I got to tell y'all a secret. My wife is driving right now, and it's raining, and she's scaring the crap out of me. So if this video cuts out halfway through, y'all come check at Memorial Hospital, see if I'm there, bring a get well soon card or something. Fishing magazine, something like that. All right, so straight to the report. I've been asked to give a little more detail on the trout report, speckled trout report. That's where most of the interest has been, so we'll start there. The bite pattern I've been talking about for the last 3 weeks has held true for me so far. It's on the bottom, straight jig, anything from a 1/4 ounce to a 1/2 ounce, depending on the current. I like to use as light a weight as possible and still keep that jig on the bottom and be able to feel it. All right, if there's too much current, it sweeps up off the bottom and it gets out of the bite zone. The color for me this week, same as last week. I really did well with Mad Mullet and a little slick, okay? It's got a dark top, a pearl belly. It seems to work pretty good in the water conditions we've had. That's where most of my success has been. Depth has been, 7 to 10 feet of water, and all the fish have been on the bottom, okay? With that being said, some areas people wanted me to narrow down. I've actually caught trout, a lot of trout in Mississippi waters, towards, say, Gene Taylor Reef. There's been some fish around structure in Bay St. Louis, and then I know there's been some guys catching some really nice fish off to the east end of the coast. I'm hearing reports from Horn Island and Ship Island starting to shape up, and that stuff's starting to turn on, but I didn't get over that way at all. So I did run across another pattern that's totally opposite of that, and this week I caught some nice fish over grass beds at the islands. Particularly, I fished Cat Island, okay, over the grass. A lot of grass, you got to cover a lot of water, but I'm using a popping cork with either an artificial or a live bait underneath it, okay? I also did really well. Hold on a second, she almost killed us. All right, I almost did really, really well on a full-size slick lure in the same Mad Mullet color. That bait will suspend above the grass. It's weedless. That's where that bait performs the best, and it's targeted by a little bit bigger fish. It's a bigger bait. You're going to tend to get a bigger bite. All right. So there's a trout report. If you want to know anything else, let me know. I'll try to get as specific as I can without drawing you a map. Happy to help. Something else happened this week that we're really excited about, and that is triple tail. Okay, triple tail have showed up and in good numbers. It was kind of shocking this week how many triple tail were caught, how many triple tail were seen. The vast majority of them are just shy of legal shorts, but the numbers were impressive to where if everything goes right, this could be a great year for triple tail. So they're out there. There's a million crab buoys out there to check right now. There's all kind of structure. So anything that floats is fair game. You got to do a lot of running, preferably when the sun is high so that you can see into the water and target those fish. And that's why this time of year I never leave the harbor without at least a dozen or two live shrimp, even if I'm going to do artificials, just in case I come across a few triple tail. So keep that in mind. If you don't have live bait, I've used like a DOA shrimp or something similar, but it's not going to be as easy as a live bait. They're really finicky and they got great vision. That's why they're so much fun to catch, because it's not necessarily easy. Okay, so other than that, on the east end of the coast, you're still doing ground mullet, white trout, say Keesler Reef, around the Beau Rivage, all those areas. The flounder are still around. People are doing really well on floundering. I'm seeing people floundering on the beach at night. So this year's been a dramatic increase in flounder, which is awesome. And then everything else is falling right in line. Let's go ahead and talk about what you're probably wanting to talk about, and that's, yes, the spillway is opening tomorrow, and it's not ideal. I'm not happy about it. You're not happy about it. But I'm going to reserve my panic and my doom and gloom for later. All of the how bad what this means for us is going to be dependent upon how long this thing stays open, and there's not a real good estimate so far of what I see. They're going to keep it open as long as they need to until the river isn't a danger for the levees anymore. So if it's a week or two, it's not that big a deal. If it turns into a month or more, it becomes an issue again. So let's, nobody panic yet. That water, just because they open the spillway tomorrow, the water's not going to get here for a while. And yeah, the water just started getting better, so it's a bummer. But like I said, they open it tomorrow. That doesn't mean that Saturday the water's going to look like the river again. Okay, so just let's wait and see what happens. All right. Weather-wise, guys, weather this weekend doesn't look fantastic. We've got a lot of strong thunderstorm activity. It's raining right now. So be careful, monitor the weather. Don't go anywhere that you can't get back from safely. If you've got a small boat, you might want to reconsider making a run to the islands if there's storms predicted, to be between you and home. So if things start to turn, make sure you leave yourself ample time to get home before it really gets bad. Other than that, if you want to know anything else more specific about what's been going on, you have a request, like we wanted to talk more about speckled trout, just leave me a comment or shoot me an email. Let me know. Don't forget to subscribe at the button at the bottom so you don't miss any of the forecasts. And until next week when we talk again, I hope you have great fishing. Talk to you then.